Welcome to Cloudy Thoughts, the late night gaming podcast. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. And if you're listening to the podcast, we stream live on YouTube every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you'd like to join the audience, you can also leave us a voice message if you check the description of the podcast episode. And if you'd like to listen to the podcast, you can find Cloudy Thoughts on Anchor, Spotify, Google. Be sure to check out the Buy Me a Coffee page. There's lots of exclusives for donators and members. I use it as a blog, so there's loads of free articles and discussions. Also, I'm going to be doing something kind of last minute here where I'm going to give away some memberships to the Buy Me a Coffee page. And the thing that's extra special about that is you get access to the after show. And tonight, our special guest with us tonight is going to be joining us for the after show. And I'm going to not only give away a couple memberships, but I'm going to give everybody access tonight to the after show. I'm going to drop the link at the end of the show. And if you're interested, you can join us. And we have call-ins and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So also be sure tomorrow, Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, check out Cloudy Gaming Reviews. They're going to be reviewing Little Nightmares 1 and 2. But yeah, shout out to my man Allreadyexist and Rudigs. Appreciate you hopping in last week. We had an awesome show. This week on my channel, let's see, what did I do? I had a first look at Young Souls, a first look at Enter the Gungeon. Both games really, really good. Two games that I have yet to try out until this week, and I definitely enjoyed those. So yeah, let's tonight it is Friday, September 16th, and with me as always is my awesome co-host PurpleHaze. What up, Purple?
What up? What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Coming through loud and clear. So how was your week? I saw your interview with Ninja Guy X. Shout out to Ninja Guy. He's in the audience right now. Yeah, it was a really good interview. I liked hearing his story and how he's a Zelda hater. It's cool, man.
He just doesn't know any better. No, he was. Shout out, Ninja Guy did an amazing job. Also, shout out to Maurice.
Maurice, yes, he was there.
You know, we had just everybody there. It was a great time.
But yeah, if you haven't seen that interview, be sure to check out Purple's channel and Shades of Purple, her show that she does every week. We're not every week, but pretty much. But yeah, the link's in the description. And yeah, so thanks for everybody that's in the audience that joined us tonight. You guys are amazing. I see Mr. Urban World, Sanchez, Obi, Rose, Kenobi, Ninja Guy X, Mr. Urban World. Oh man, dude, Cloud Gaming Dad. I have a Howdy Cloudy stuck in my head right now, thanks to David Wilson. So, but yeah, man. Thank you guys, Simpleton. Oh man, there's David Wilson right there. But yeah, man, we got a heck of a show for you tonight. We have a special guest, and let me go ahead before we bring him out. Let's set up this giveaway. Let's set up this giveaway. If you want a chance to win a membership to the Buy Me a Coffee page, all you got to do is put in hashtag LoFi in the chat, and yeah, you'll be entered in. You'll be entered into the competition, and yeah, that's all you gotta do. Oh well, you'll have to respond. You'll have to claim your prize either on Discord or Twitter. So just keep that in mind. High five, says Jeff. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out our guest for tonight. You guys know. Like, I don't even really have to do an introduction for this guy, but if you don't already know, he's the king of content, the all-purpose champ, king of master of vlogging, none other than the Cowboy himself.
LoFi Monk, and a splash of purple haze with the Cowboy. There is no other place you guys want to be on a Friday night. Listen, we about to get it in because the Cowboy is in the building. Guys, listen, I've been dying. I've been clamoring to get back to the cloudy thoughts. And finally, September 16th is here and I'm in the building. Lo, I am finally back where I need to be on the hottest Friday night show that allowed the guests and the audience to merge together as one. Guys, we're going to get it in. Thank you so much for bringing me in. Lo done said everything. You guys know who I am. So let me just grab a chair. Take my dog away. Oh, dog, what you doing? What do you mean you don't want to move? And let me pull up a chair. Sorry, guys. There we go. Whoa, hold on, Lo. Something is missing. I gotta fix it. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
It's the gun show. I had to fix the camera for the gun show, baby. But guys, I'm here. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Dude, finally we got you, bro. I've been waiting to have you just like, cause before we had you on, it was a whole panel, and I've been wanting to get you on just you and me and Perp just chilling, you know. So for those who may be hiding under a rock or whatever the case may be, why, for whatever reason, let the people know who you are.
Guys, I am, first of all, I'm an entertainer, guys. I just want to say that first and foremost. I know, and we'll get into it, I annoy some people with my outlandish nonsense, but I really do just love that YouTube allowed any idiot with a cowboy hat and a camera to just be able to entertain. Now, what does that mean? Well, what do you mean? Don't you talk about gaming and this and that? Like, I stand behind my views and my opinions, but I doll it up a little bit. I hold on real quick. I don't drink, but I got some root beer. Yo, the Stewarts. So anyway, I doll it up a little bit because I like to entertain when I do anything, right? So I love cloud gaming. I've been a big fan of Stadia before it came out. I'm a founder. I love video games in general. So I'm just a gamer. I'm a wrestling fan. I love movies. I'm a very social person. That's why I stream 4 days a week, because I just love to talk to people. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell, man.
Yeah, well, that pretty much answers my second question, which is what is your content? Which is like, it's kind of hard to put that in a box. It's basically, it's you. You are the content, whatever you're doing.
Long story short, my channel is a personality channel. Yes, my family's on there because I do vlogging as well, but it's pretty much, if you just go to my channel and scroll, you just see my face, and most of the time a cowboy hat. I might be walking down the street, I might be at a beach, I might be talking about gaming, I might be at the movies, but it's a personality channel. It's an entertainment channel.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of personality and a lot of entertainment, really, dude. It's like bubbling over. So where can people find your content? Are you on Twitch, Facebook, gaming? Like, where are you at?
I mean, I'm everywhere, but I chose to just stick to YouTube. So I was actually on Twitch 2 years before I came to YouTube. But I came to YouTube, I found my niche that I just like YouTube, because I was on my channel. I had my channel since 2011. So that was all my vlogging content, and my gamer stuff was on Twitch. And then I decided, let me see what happened if I stream on YouTube. And then I have people who watched a treadmill video, like, oh, I don't really play games, but I've seen your treadmill video, and it just merged together. But you guys can find me on And Now Your Mama Knows. That's my grandma right here who passed away. But that's my content is And Now Your Mama Knows. And check me out, man.
Oh, real quick shout out. We're gonna bring this up later on, but it's worth repeating, is the Mortal Kombat tournament coming up. Perp, what's the date on that? I need to add the form to the description.
October 6th. Don't ask Purple, ask me. October 6th is going down Saturday.
It's right? October 8th, Saturday.
Don't ask me. It's hold on, let me check. I think Purple.
Don't ask me, ask Perp.
It's the first anniversary, October 8th. That's the Saturday.
Let me fact check you real quick. All right, guys. Like I said, it's October 8th. Don't listen to Purple. It's not the 6th. It's the 8th. But on October the 1st, they might be
Might be something. Yeah. So October 8th, I think we're gonna just do the entire tournament on the 8th.
Nice.
You know, and just for everybody here, you'll get more information over the next, you know, this weekend, over the next few weeks. But first round is going to be a round robin, so you're guaranteed at least 2 to 3 matches. And then the next round will be, you know, the Sweet 16, and that'll be single elimination from there on out. And then from the quarterfinals on out, every single match will be shown. But in the beginning, obviously, we'll be running some matches concurrently just to get through it. But it's going to be a fun time.
Cool, man.
For sure. Yeah, so we'll come back to that though. We'll expand on that a little later. So yeah, man. So you mostly do YouTube. What was the fire? What started the fire of your content creation like journey? Like how did you even get interested in doing it?
You know what's crazy is I was a big phone guy, and I bought the HTC Evo, which was a 3D phone. And not only can you watch things in 3D, you can record in 3D. And so I decided to record in 3D. So if you see my first few videos on my channel, it shows like double screen. So you're like, what is that about? Because that was shot with a 3D phone. So I did that just to record some stuff. And then I found myself recording my kids all the time. And I'm not gonna, guys, I add too much detail, so I'm gonna be skipping a lot, but I record all the time. My grandma passed away, and I had a real funny video of hers, and it got deleted by mistake. And so I was obsessed with capturing moments, and I never got that. I sent my phone off I paid money to get them to see if they could find the video on my phone. It's just gone forever. So at that point, I got addicted to just recording everything. What if my kids get older? Because I don't have many pictures, or I don't have any videos of me as a kid, right? So so I got some old Kung Fu flicks from back in the day when we used to, you know, but I still got them on VHS and whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it just started for me wanting to record my kids and, you know, watch them grow up. And then when I got into content creation or game streaming, a friend of mine used to do a show, and me and this guy had a fallout, right? I had a fallout with somebody. And so I wasn't doing a show anymore. He was the producer, and a buddy of mine said, dude, why don't you game stream? Not for nothing. At the time, I was like, game stream? That's for losers. I'll never do that. And then he was like, bro, I'm telling you. And so I looked it up. I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a PlayStation camera. That's what it says. And I'm going to see. And I was doing it on Twitch. It was just fun. I was doing free-to-play games so anybody could actually like jump and play with us. I've always been about trying to do things with people. And then I ended up jumping on YouTube and was doing the same stuff. And Stadia came out. And to be honest with you, Stadia just blew my channel up. My channel was doing nothing when I was streaming PlayStation and Xbox, and Stadia came out. I was following Stadia, and the community is just so tight knit. People was just like looking to watch people and support. And honestly, man, Stadia like blew my channel up, and it went from there.
So, do you got any tips for people that are thinking about creating content?
1,000,000,000%, man. Just if you got an idea, right, and you just say, I kind of want to do what that person's doing, or I want to do what that person, or hell, I want to do what Ninja's doing. Just do it. I know a bunch of people who say I need the best camera, I need the ring light, and I need the microphones. The time you take waiting to get all that stuff, you could have got the experience. So you can't trade experience, right? Yeah, anybody could pay for the tech, right? Oh, the better cameras and stuff. But the experience is what you need, right? So I say just do it, right? Listen, I'm wearing a cowboy hat. I get laughed at all the time, but guess what? I built that up to be like, I use it as my fuel, right? So my whole thing is just get started. That's the first advice I could give you is just get started. Don't wait, get started. And the next thing is don't be afraid of change. I done changed up so much of my content over the years. Oh, I used to do this. I changed this. I used to say this. So it's all good. Go back to the drawing board. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I kind of felt like I was spending a lot of time in comments and things like that. And I was like, man, I should just make my own content. Going back and forth with people in the comments, you know, it really didn't go anywhere. But yeah, it did. It's like Stadia really opens that door for you, especially Stadia, because you can direct stream and you don't really need a lot of like you don't need any equipment really other than what you're using to play Stadia, which is pretty awesome. What do you think about that? Do you ever direct stream?
I was gonna say this is about the direct stream, dude. One of the coolest things is that you could switch games now. Like, when I stream on a PlayStation, right? It drives me crazy because I'm like, bro, it's so amazing if you could. Let's say you get bored of playing one game, you're stuck. And Stadia said, listen, we're gonna change that. That's so because people who are getting into streaming, and let's say you don't have a strong PC, so you want to do something like OBS, right? OBS is intensive to your hardware, right? But man, Stadia allows you to switch it. That is powerful to me, man. That's cool.
Yeah, especially when you're streaming and like people start to join and they're like, "Oh, you're doing this again." Well, like I thought you were going to be streaming this. Well, you're here. Let's do that. Let's switch. Let's go.
Right. That's powerful.
But yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Like, tell everybody about the SBC and like just your journey, how you got. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I'm the guy, right? When I used to go to the movies, I would have an entourage. We filling up the whole seat. Going to the club, people would hit me up in the weekend. Ant, what we doing, right? And so, this guy Spectre, which some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, which was cool. Last week, he popped up out of nowhere after like 6 months. That was so cool. It was cool seeing him, man. And he called me. We had a good conversation. But he inboxed me and said, hey, he thought it was like some big wig on Stadia Source. And they used to be like the most popular Stadia like thing going on. They had a Thursday night show. And I was a game streamer, but I used to be on the panel. And so he inboxed me, hey, I want to do something for the community. So I always want to let people know it was his idea. He just didn't know what to do with it. And I blew him off a couple of times and he kept hitting me up. And I was like, all right, are you serious? Well, let's come together. And so we decided, also with the help of Vet Cloud Gaming, I give him credit. He came up with the idea of having like a network. So what we used to have was people had certain time slots, right? But to start off, you only had a 1 hour. So you had an hour time slot, and then the person going after you would let them know, and then they go, and it was cool. One time we had 43 streamers, Monday through Friday, no weekends, just Monday through Friday. It was huge, and it gave a lot of great people starts. A lot of people always say, bro, look, thank you to the SBC. I mean, I know people who got 1,000 subscribers and they was in the SBC. So it was just something we put together to help smaller content creators, get bigger, or at least get a platform to be seen.
Yeah, for sure. That's one cool thing. Like, you've always reached out to smaller streamers and helped them get started, established in the community. Are there any streamers that you know that are starting up right now that you have your eye on?
Man, listen, not because I know him, all right, but Obi Rose Kenobi, this is crazy. He literally was one of my groomsmen, and I was literally one of his groomsmen. So we was in each other's weddings. We lost contact for about 5 years and met up maybe 2 months ago, and he was into this what happened. I seen he had an Elden Ring video. I was like, oh wow, he does content. So I went to his channel, and he didn't do live streams. He just recorded videos and edited them. So we ended up getting I wrote a comment. He said, bro, we should talk. We talked, and I said, dude, you should. Listen, if you see him in person, this guy's like 6'4", just jacked, right? And he got all this energy like he's an atomic bomb. I said, dude, you should live stream because he just get these spurts, and he's gonna be something, man. He's gonna not because
he's got really good energy.
Yeah, man, he's crazy. Like, he's on there be singing Star Wars, and I'm like, bro, he's just so entertaining because he doesn't care, and I think that he's one to watch out for as well.
Definitely. Man, be sure to check out Obi's content because he's really good. Like, I dig his vibe. He's full of positive energy, and man, he's good. I've been on I went on his channel and talked to him with you, as a matter of fact. I think it was it this week? I can't even remember.
I think that was Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, good times, man. So all right, let's get into the news, guys. So let's go ahead and let's get into this MK11 tournament. Let's spill the beans. So like you said, you could sign up and it's all going down on the 8th. Do we have any information on what the prizes are or anything like that?
Say it again, LoFi.
Like, is there any information on like what the prizes are and things like that?
For the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is going to be a cash prize for the first, second, and third place. People right now are just hammering that down. But I can tell you first place will be multiple hundreds of dollars. We're just trying to figure out what's the right one, because we do understand that's going to be for that first and second place people. They're going to be spending a lot of time, but there will be one for third place as well. And there's also, for if they want optional, and this is open to people who've already been on the show, their own Shades of Purple episode as well to talk about their gamer. So that's also open to people who've already come through the channel and so forth.
Purple.
Yeah, be sure to follow Jeff Ganek or PurpleHaze on Twitter to find out more information, and I'll put the link to the form people to sign up in the description after the show.
I hear that there's one more thing about that tournament. So Purple, there's a little story. We had this Stadia event, and I happened to be on Purple's event, and it was the first event to kick it off in the morning, 8 a.m. Purple was gracious enough to go 8 a.m. and she happened to be having Mortal Kombat. I just happened to be the first person to play. I just happened to never lost. I didn't lose for the whole hour. So this is what I'm saying for PurpleHaze's tournament. The person who eliminates me, I'm buying you any game on Stadia. Yeah, I said it. The Cowboy said the person who eliminates me, I'm going to personally buy you a Stadia game of your choice. It could be the
That's what's up.
You ain't getting DLC, but if it's a $59.99 game, the Cowboy is gonna buy it. So make sure everybody join Purple's tournament, because I am going to pay and buy you a game if you eliminate me. Right?
That's awesome. That's a nice little wild card prize there. Okay.
Yeah,
that is great. Yeah, no, and there's some, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty solid. So there are definitely some very solid players in the tournament. A couple of them are in this
Wow.
chat.
Hey, Purple. Now, Purple, don't do me dirty and be like, okay, I'm going to make sure.
No.
I won this tournament.
So just so y'all know, just so you know how we're going to do it. You know, we did ask for everyone's level: expert, amateur, casual, kind of newbie. That's going to determine seeding. So, but no, we definitely, we kind of know who are some of the legit players out there based upon that, as well as what we've seen. And we want a good tournament. You know, we're not going to try to eliminate everybody up front.
Purple, why it can't be random? Why it can't be random?
No, it will be random. I mean, like you said, if we're not going to have two experts in the same round robin, we'll say it like that.
Yeah.
Well, either way, guys, Purple is awesome. Make sure you're checking her out. Purple, I just want to tell you how much you're cool to me and how much you do for the community. So I want to personally add that to your tournament. So let people know this is on record. You're watching me. I'm not taking it back. So add that as you're mentioning your prizes as it's getting close to say, and Cowboy is going to buy a game for the person who eliminated. So, you know.
Yeah, big ups to both of y'all for that, for the tournament and for that extra little prize there. If somebody is able to eliminate Cowboy, that's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Really cool, man. So that's the tournament. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Add that Purple?
No, you know, just be on the lookout. You know, this weekend we're gonna probably send out the official invitation to the people who've already signed up, just to make sure hey, we have the right email and so forth. But also, if you're you're not a Mortal Kombat player, but you want to help organize, we do need judges and referees, or I guess more or less referees for some of the round robin part of the tournament. So yeah. That's all I have, but be on the lookout for stuff in the email you sent.
I already know that game costs like $100 something. Nah.
$200 something.
Okay, $200 something. Nah, I said no DLC.
Yeah, regular game.
Yeah, regular game. Come on now.
But yeah, dude. So into summer sales going on Stadia right now, and you can save up to 85% off. There's some really good really good deals going on in there, especially if you're a fan of the Dead by Daylight stuff. So be sure to check that out if you're a Stadia user. But yeah, so did you guys catch Ubisoft Forward at all? Any of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I pretty much. Oh, go ahead, Purple.
Oh no, go ahead. No, it's your stuff.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't watch it at all, but I just followed it, and I'm not the biggest Ubisoft fan, but I give them credit because in a 1-year period they had 5. Again, don't kill me, but they had 5 AAA games in 1 year, and I thought that was really amazing. I don't remember any other company, unless it was a sports game, that did that. But I used to be a big fan of Assassin's Creed, not much anymore. But I think Ubisoft is a dope company or publisher, and so I'm excited for what they're bringing, like the Assassin's Creed Red. To see Assassin's Creed as a ninja, that stole the show for me.
Yeah. Like Primo says, don't forget about Ubisoft Plus is free until October 5th, I think.
I think it's the 10th.
The 10th. Okay. Yeah, be sure to check that out. But yeah, I mean, so Ubisoft Forward, they announced games like Just Dance coming to Stadia, Trackmania, of course, Skull and Bones. But the big question everybody's asking is about Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Right.
And a lot of people have been talking about why is it only coming to Luna. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, so I think it's a couple of things. And so I just want to say Assassin's Creed Mirage is a game that I really want to play just because it's kind of, I'm not a big fan unless it's Zelda of those massive games. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla it's just not my jam. It's too big of a game. It's just kind of intimidating, but I like that game that's in that 15 to 30 hour range, and so I think Mirage is right around that 20 hours, and it gets back to kind of the original, those Assassin's Creeds that got me into the series. So I really want to play this game. I obviously, when it said Luna up there, I have Luna, so I'll be good on that front to play it. But I also think that it is very early in the game, finalization period of the game. So to think that potentially it doesn't come to Stadia or GFN or Game Pass, Cloud, it's kind of premature. And so that's all I have to say. Like, I think there's no date on this. It's at 2023, which is pretty broad timeline. But yeah, I hope it does get to be played by multiple people on multiple platforms.
Yeah, I'm with you, Purple. Purple, here's the crazy thing. I was a diehard Assassin's Creed fan, and I got out of it for exactly what you said. So I played and beat part 1, loved it. I thought it was a really cool concept. You get to the end, I won't spoil it, and it was like, whoa, mind blowing. Part 2 was cool, right? And then when they announced part 3, they said the smallest city would be bigger than the largest city in part 2. I was like, no, come on, bro, that's a bit much. This horse don't go but so fast. So when I beat part 3, I was like, I'm done. And then I was done. So I'm like you, but the fact that they're going to bring it back to the originals, it make me more interested as well. But I want to say this though, Purple. Listen, the wording is interesting. They said Luna would be the only way to stream it in the cloud. Now, xCloud is cloud streaming, but you're streaming from actual Xbox X hardware. So it's kind of like, I wonder if there's a loophole. Same thing with GFN, right? GFN, technically, it's coming from, it's like PC games, right? So I wonder if, because none of us knows, I think Purple made a good point. She said it's early. So none of us knows, but I wonder if only Luna's going to get it. We all know that Luna's only in the US. So is there saying that, is Luna going to expand before then? So who knows, right? Who knows? But I would say this, I think it's all about deals. You make the deal, and that's how companies get games, is deals. So whatever deal was made between whatever parties, it is what it is.
Yeah. Like I said, I just think there's a lot of speculation, and this is why I kind of was a little critical of some of the content creators who ran with certain things. That you're right, there is a lot about deals, but as we've seen, especially this last year, And Microsoft's a great example. Several things were announced that Microsoft was not a part of, right? So Samsung, the Samsung game, it's not the game channel, but the game hub. Initially, that was not a Game Pass. Game Pass was not included in that. What did we see about a month before it gets launched? Game Pass gets on Samsung. Same thing with FIFA 23, the newest version, right? They were saying the most modern one was not going to go to PC. What did we see a month and a half before launch? It gets there. And this is not uncommon, especially in this part of the game. We didn't see a lot. Like, what was very key to me to make me realize, like, this is probably a negotiation tactic. And I can tell you what I think is my best guess of what is going on with Stadia and Assassin's Creed. We did not see any gameplay. That's what I want to say. We did not see any gameplay. We saw very little gameplay. So this tells me that we are not in
cinematics.
Yeah. So we're not in crunch. Usually crunch is, that month 3 through 1 before launch, because the month right before launch is usually purely marketing. So we're not in crunch yet. So that means
that's not even final graphics that they were showing.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to go. But what I believe is going on, and we've talked about this before, we talked about load change porting. I actually think there's like a load change porting 2.0 that goes further than load change porting, because load change porting is really geared towards Unity game engines.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just learned that the other day when somebody mentioned it. I didn't even know that.
Right. So when we start talking about Unreal, and especially Unreal that's modified Unreal, right? That's what you see a lot of big AAA games like to do, that modified Unreal.
Well,
and so I think we're going to see something bigger. And if you're Ubisoft and you're trying to see if this is going to work, like, this now determines how much you're willing to spend on the porting. This also determines how much Stadia is going to support on the porting. So I would not be surprised if we start to hear something. And once again, y'all, when I say I would not be surprised, like, there should be a reason why y'all think I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not wrong on this.
Well, no, but see, you won't be surprised if what? Say it, because I want to hear it.
I won't be surprised if we hear something about a different version of porting coming out over the next 4 months. And once we start to hear that, I also wouldn't be surprised if we see Ubisoft use that to bring over more of their games, as well as other publishers and developers. Once again,
I don't think they're going to stop improving on the porting until they get it down to where it's just a one button click.
Exactly.
But
and there's a way to do that too. But go ahead, Cowboy.
So I'll do one better with the xCloud analogy. Even on their own, so Game Pass had, guys, we all remember Sniper Elite 5 came out. Did you know that Sniper Elite 5 was stated to not, it was shown that it was not coming for xCloud. And then guess what? What happened? Day one, it came on xCloud. So that's just to go that, like you were saying, sometimes things are supposed to not be on something, and next thing they are. But I will say this though. If Ubisoft came out, which they did, and cleared it up and said it's not going to be on Stadia, yes, it can come to Stadia. But I feel like what I don't want to do is say, like, so I rather say, listen, don't get your hopes up. You can, but don't, because they came out and confirmed it's not coming. So if you're like, I'm just going to wait. That's what happened with me in WWE. I was like, I mean, maybe, no, it wasn't there and it didn't come. So I should have just, suck it up.
Well,
so I think, go ahead.
Well, the way I feel about it is, if you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise and most of your money is being spent on Stadia games, I can understand being upset that this Assassin's Creed's not coming. But it's definitely not a sky is falling moment. Right, for Stadia. I mean, we've got Just Dance, Trackmania, Skull and Bones slated for release. So it's not like Ubisoft and Stadia aren't. They it's some kind of deal between Luna and
but
Ubisoft
I will
going
say,
on right now.
I'm not getting too controversial, but I will say it is shocking, because when we as Stadians would be like, people say, you don't got AAA games. We got Ubisoft. You can't use that because they put everything on there. but now they're not. So I get some people. I don't think the sky is falling. I always said the word is deals. That's why I never say Stadia is dying, because it's about deals. Like people, there's a consumer process and there's a business process. And a lot of people just look at the consumer lens, but their business lens is there's deals. And so at the end of the day, deals, whatever's going on the table, we're not there. And it's whoever made a deal, and it is what it is. Now, maybe your favorite game didn't come. Like Purple said, play it on something else, but that shouldn't mean the sky is falling.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm not saying I'm getting. I think where I'm at is a little bit more neutral, which is like, I think like the game could come, it could not come, right? They worded it's very special. They didn't say an exclusive Luna. Like that is something that was put out by content creators and then like an ecosystem of people reading that it's exclusive to Luna for the cloud. They just said at this time, right? That is the exact wording if we use the Ubisoft support page for what they said. And they said if that changes, and they said it could change, could not change.
Yeah, but I thought, but so that's what they said before they did the interview. So the interview said, despite, what is the wording was, despite seeing it on Stadia, it is not coming to Stadia. So they said, after what you're saying, they said clearly it is not coming to Stadia. So I feel like I wouldn't, for me, just me, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I think it's just, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. Like, I think, like, I'm not, once again, for one, when I think it's going to come, I'll most likely be playing Zelda. Be just very honest, right? You know, I've always said Zelda, Pikmin are kind of my big ones. Those are both coming. That was both announced this year. But as far as...
Zelda?
What's that?
Their new Zelda was announced?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
yep.
cool.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. And so... my biggest thing, though, that I thought was very irresponsible were kind of that it's the end of times, it's everything else, especially considering that we had seen the work that Stadia had done. I just thought that was just very irresponsible for people, especially the same people who criticize Stadia for having Ubisoft games. And these are people who most likely never were like, oh, Ubisoft games suck, blah, blah, blah. And now you're getting upset with it. I just thought like it just added to why I don't have a high opinion of some content creators and the people that parrot them.
But let's just be honest, Purple. There's some people that's money hungry, right? And there's some people, listen, it's a hot story. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you know me, guys, I like a little drama, but now I didn't go say Stadia was dying, but I get the people who would use, because it's a good story, right? It's a
it gets clicks.
Tabloid story. It is, because y'all don't got nothing. We got Ubisoft, and then Ubisoft first game ever besides For Honor, we're not gonna get into that, but first game ever.
I actually got some information for Honor.
All right, well, and actually not even For Honor. I could bring up Roller Champions, but we ain't gonna get into that either. But first game ever, they clearly said isn't coming. So as a tabloid, that's a good story. So I wouldn't be too mad at some of the people. Let them do their thing. It is what it is.
Yeah, they got to make their money.
No, I think to your point, they got to make it. I think for me, it's just that I just don't think they're trustworthy sources. Like, they're entertainers. It's the difference between entertainer and someone who actually has information. And so when we hear names thrown in with people, like I have the utmost respect for, Clive, right? He actually was in there. He talked about the publishing. He was one of the few people I know who was both on publishing on the legal side. And then when you want to throw up someone else's name next to Clive and say, look at that, especially that person who may have bought their channel, did not earn their subscribers. I really, really think less of that.
But I will say this, though. Both Clive and that person you're talking about, neither one of them work for Ubisoft. Neither one of them really know, to be honest.
Right.
No, but I think, but one's been in the, I don't really care about working for Ubisoft. I care about being in the industry. Like, one of them.
No, that I get you, right? But it's like me working for BMW and somebody else work for Volvo, and I'd be like, this is what we do over here, and somebody from Volvo would be like, bro, we don't follow those practices. You can't just put that on us. So that's the only reason why I look at that. I feel like unless you got it from the horse's mouth, and we all have heard that saying since we was little, so it's good to be like, hey, like me, I always throw around, I was a market research for 20 years.
I'm not talking about this particular thing, right?
Right.
And let me be very clear. I don't think the other person has any firsthand game knowledge.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's not even about Ubisoft, right? Actually, if y'all have not seen, like, if you have if anyone who has some firsthand knowledge to Ubisoft, y'all remember with the breakpoint saves on Stadia, if you have that, I can get you that breakpoint save, right? Most likely that means Purple actually knows the technology team at Ubisoft. So
or you could have stole it.
I could have what?
You could have stole it.
Stole what?
I don't know. The save. I don't know. I just messing with you.
Not how would I? No, I'm just saying.
I don't know. That's why it was just it's an obvious joke. You know.
Yeah. No, I could have stole it, but like I said, out of anyone, that's what I would say. But even me, like I said, I'm a little bit more neutral. I'm still gonna be able to play the game. Most likely, I'm not gonna be able to play it a day and date. But with I need to check save. Been a while since I boot. Please check it. I just found someone else yesterday who hasn't got their saves, but he's actually happy. They gave him all the equipment, but he had to start over, and he's actually super happy. He doesn't want them to give him the level saves, but it's just that's where I have the issue with certain people. It's like it either elevates their opinion or it really waters down another person's opinion.
But honestly though, Purple, here's my thing, right? I'm big on character, right? So when someone's the one of the worst things to do is someone's character surprises you, right? So if Monk, like when I met Monk and we had a conversation, like I said, not many people could say they got my phone number. Monk and I shared phone numbers, right? And but if Monk all of a sudden, I don't know, did some draft. That's why people was mad at me with the Stadia thing. Like, hold on, bro. A year ago, you was loving Stadia. So I feel like the person we're talking about, which we won't say, they ain't do nothing out of character. So I feel like I could sleep at night because this dude, I could have had a dream that he did it. And it'd be like, damn, okay, I guess my dream came to true, right? So I feel like it's his character. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing that haven't been done before.
No, you're right. I just continue into someone. There was a certain thing this week that, right, Stadia said, like, hey, content creators, and we saw so many people for the community, so many other things. And so when I saw that just for some reason triggered me. That's the thing on me. I'm not saying
what did
someone.
They say? Hold up.
They just put those two in the same sentence. That's all.
Oh.
And that's where that just triggered me. But that's on
Stadia?
me. No, Stadia didn't. You know, Stadia said, "Who's your favorite content creator?" Right?
Okay. And
then
someone put that person?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so,
that's
and that was someone who probably should have known.
That's legit.
Come on.
That's legit. I was gonna ask if we got that picture.
I forgot to put it up while we were talking about it.
Yo, Purple, that is official, man. I seen that. It was like,
yeah. And then there's whoever did that did a really good job.
No, the crazy thing is y'all don't even realize that's Purple's real body and standing in front of the background.
That's what I'm saying. If I already didn't think she could kick the shit out of me, that picture convinced me.
You right?
Y'all are crazy. I mean, I've received some other ones. I think I may put them out there too. I have a couple more that are, like I said, I planned this tournament out for a few. Remember, Cowboy, I told you, you asked about, like, hey, when are you doing the tournament? And I told you, like, I was waiting on something.
Yep.
We got that thing, came in. I knew the 30th anniversary was coming up. So I really put a lot of thought, and Jeff kind of pushed me over the hill to make sure it happened. And I'm just really excited for both the competitors and the viewers to just, take a moment to community come together, but B, to really give homage to Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's not every day you can say that, whether it's TV, book series, movie series, game series, to survive 30 years. So
now, Purple, I'm a sore winner, right? If I lose, you got me. But if I win this whole thing, Purple, what's gonna happen if I win the whole thing?
No, I mean, hey, look, I will give you credit. If you win, I'll give you credit. If David Wilson wins, I'll give him credit.
Wilson? Wilson.
He's currently the Stadia champion right now.
Listen, that's why I'm paying my own money for somebody to try to beat me, because I'm really just paying for y'all to shut my mouth. Because if I win,
oh, you never hear the end of it, right?
There's some good players. There's some good players. You know, I was gonna try to bring a ringer in, but he's working that day.
You ain't right, yo. You ain't right. No, you know what's funny? Mortal Kombat 11 is one of my most hated Mortal Kombat. I was a big fan of 10. I think 10 had the best story, and I really love when they added the variations in. Number 9 had the best story, and number 10 was really good with their variations. I really don't like 11. Truth be told, 11 is one of the least played Mortal Kombats I ever played. So now I got to actually start playing it, because I don't want to just lose. I want to try to win, but it's going to be cool regardless. And I hope somebody do beat me, and I get to buy somebody a game because you're awesome, Purple, and I want to contribute.
No, I hope you. I just want everybody to have fun, and I don't necessarily have any favorites. And like I said, it's really, if anything, I'm glad show off the power of Stadia, because we're going to be using Party Stream, going to be in multiple matches at the same time. But at the end of the day, it's really about Mortal Kombat, and like I said, I just, things like that just mean something to me, where you have staying power like that.
Are we using crowd play? I know we got to use crowd play, right? Or did you?
No. Oh. We're gonna do it similar to how they. Let me put this out in the chat. I was gonna say drop that in chat. Yeah. We're gonna use similar to like how they did the Summer Stadia Championships, right? Like, so we're gonna most likely have a Discord where the fighters are gonna be like kind of and then we're gonna have the judges pick 4 fighters at a time. You're gonna know your round robin draft round ahead of time. You just need to make sure that you're either in that first wave or that second wave, and then at that point it's a single elimination tournament once we get it down to 16.
Right. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
But I talked to one of the people who's also this person actually said they beat you, Cowboy, in Mortal Kombat, and they're actually telling me about their strategy. I know David Wilson's out there sparring a lot, so I don't want to
listen. Purple, tell Mr. Urban World to take his baby.
It wasn't Mr. Urban World. So is he here? Mr. Urban World has not signed up for the tournament.
Okay, all right. So it is a Mr. Urban World so he's the only person I know ever beat me, ever.
I know this person. This person said that they beat you consistently.
It better not be little baby King Egypt, because I got the video when I trashed him the last time we went against each other.
Nah, it's not him. But they're in the chat. There's several people in the chat, but I'm really looking forward to just seeing everybody there. Like I said, who I was trying to get.
Shout out to Geek the Sneak who bought a coffee. Appreciate you, bro.
What up, Geek? Awesome stuff. But yeah, I was trying to get he's not really a Mortal Kombat player, but he's a phenomenal fighting game player. TK9. But he's working.
Purple, you would do anything to try to take me down.
No, I just wanted to be a good tournament.
So, did you guys see anything about Trackmania during the Ubisoft board?
Yes.
No.
Man. Yeah. It looks pretty cool. It's like you can create your own racetracks and share them and like play on different I don't know. It looks pretty cool. They did a good job with the trailer.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be that's gonna be a good one. I mean, there's a lot of great Ubisoft games. Like I said, over the last week, if you're a gamer, there's a lot of games, I think, for a lot of different people to get excited about, right?
Yeah, I mean, Just Dance. Shout out to Maurice.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, shout out to Maurice with that. But it's not just a Just Dance, right? It's actually Just Dance with your friends. Like, they showed something kind of cool during the actual showcase where it was a little bit more where you're dancing with your friends.
Yeah.
So it's not just a normal Just Dance.
Right. Adding that little multiplayer in there. Purple, listen, just don't do me like Stadia did me, all right? Don't get my hopes up about For Honor, okay?
No. For Honor, actually, I'll tell you exactly. And this actually may be. This is actually business information. You take this to the bank. You actually just look at their financial reporting. Ubisoft is actually trying to close down For Honor, and it makes sense. It makes sense from a pure marketing standpoint.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, you mean like For Honor's about to be like.
Right, because you got to understand, Ubisoft is about to come out with a new game that is somewhat similar to For Honor, and For Honor does not in the same category. Like what they're doing with the Assassin's Creed franchise. I'm telling you.
For Honor is such a distinct game. First of all, it's my favorite Ubisoft game, but I can't even, like, if you say, well, what is For Honor like? I'm like,
no, hey, Cowboy, I'm not, look, this is not speculation. It's not speculation. All right, if you don't believe me, go look at the For Honor player account right now. Okay.
I mean, I also seen they said For Honor was coming to Stadia 2 years in a row.
No. But yeah.
I gotta believe that when I see it.
No, that's them. It's not coming. You never saw Stadia say that. I'm just telling you, like, you take this one to the bank.
I'm saying Ubisoft.
Ubisoft said it, but you
Obi taking shots.
Ubisoft, I'm just telling you, is trying to. It just isn't. They're trying to revamp that, and so it makes no sense for them to continue to expand that IP. That's the same reason you almost can look at the same thing for Roller Champions. Roller Champions has player count from the time it's launched. Within 3 weeks of launching, the player count dropped 99%.
Okay.
So this is another thing that if you're a Ubisoft and you're kind of like looking at what is the best thing, as well as Stadia, Stadia's kind of learned their lesson from these types of games. 9 to 5 isn't a great example that even though it's free to play, it may not be the best investment for either party to put in for that one.
Are you saying Roller Champions isn't coming?
I'm not saying that. I don't know anything about Roller Champions. I can tell, but For Honor, as far as IPs that Ubisoft is looking to potentially retire, revamp, at least take off for a second, close down that server.
Yeah, you know how Ubisoft is. They'll repackage it.
Yeah, exactly. For Honor's probably in that category of games in that world. If you look no further than their player counts right now, it's an older IP. It's legacy.
Yeah, true. But they did have recent DLC less than 6 months ago.
Yeah, no, I think it's scheduled for that DLC. Like I said, I think it was scheduled, but you also, if you follow Ubisoft's actually what they reported, they are closing a couple of they're consolidating basically some of their IP.
I mean, listen, it always makes sense to trim the fat. I just feel like when it comes to Ubisoft, I gotta see it happen because.
No, look, I totally agree with you. I'm just telling you, I'm not saying I'm actually 100% sure For Honor is not coming.
And I was, and between Ubisoft and Stadia, they made me feel 98% sure it was coming to Stadia.
No, yeah, Stadia's comms person, but that's why I don't put anything close to the social media team. Social media team people very rarely are full-time employees.
They're like, word. You're like, I didn't tell you to do that. Like, oh, you didn't? Whoops.
So that was on them. That was on them too. But yeah, no, For Honor is not coming to Stadia.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the new reaction feature? You got to check that out.
Reaction feature?
Yes. So now, so when you're in Stadia now, when you look at the Explore tab, you can react to people's posts. You can give them thumbs up or a smiley face. Yeah. I think it's really cool they added that. You can now sort the posts. You can sort it by your post, all posts, the blog post, or posts that you've reacted to. I'd like to see them add where you could sort it by friends' posts.
Yep.
I'd also like to see them add library sorting, so you can see which games are on that you have from Pro, which games you've actually purchased, which games are shared by your family.
That's something I wanted a long time ago. I don't even want that. I want tabs, right? like I would love to see purchase and then tab over, right? And Ubisoft tab over, right? Because I did a Ubisoft day and I played Ubisoft for 5.5 hours, all Ubisoft games, and I'm scrolling through, and you know what I'm saying. So just a tab would be perfect for me. But about the thing you said, I think any feature. Here's the thing. I'm kind of like an older school dude. I don't need all the glitz and glamour, right? You give me a certain game, but anything, so like another man's trash could be another man's treasure. So I might be like, I don't care about that, but somebody else might love it. So I think any feature, anything new is a blessing. It's a cool thing. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I talk about it a lot. Like for me, that like I know a lot of people were there for Xbox from the beginning, but to me, Xbox didn't really shine until it started Xbox Live, and they added that whole social aspect to gaming. It like, and they're still thriving on that. So like, I like seeing these kind of additions coming to
Some
Stadia.
people would say Xbox has never started to shine, LoFi.
Some people would say that. Some people would.
say that.
But you know what I mean. That's when they really started to take off, because I did not pay attention to it before then.
But I don't think it's rolled out to everybody either. The social feature. I don't think it's rolled out yet to everyone.
Okay. It's pretty cool. It's given me a lot more reason to peek in there and check things out, because now I can actually interact with what people have posted, you know?
So here's a flip side to think about the social feature, right? And that is that potentially they're putting the onus on you, because you can hide people, right? You can do that. And maybe they're just trying to get people discovered, another way to discover content online, especially. So I think that's maybe the reasoning behind not automatically having like a friend feature, especially as you know, there's some people are not in the social media ecosystem of content creator, and they're just putting out stuff and potentially. Well,
you know, the other thing about it is if you post your stuff in that tab, like you don't know who's there's no like, are people looking at this when I post it? Is it worth my time? So it's really cool to see that.
I don't think I even know what you guys are talking about. I thought are you talking about when it shows your friends, you could put like a thing, like a little comment about them?
Nah, so have you ever looked at the Explore tab when you're in Stadia? Like you have home, store.
So I'll share my screen if it's okay,
cool.
LoFi.
Yeah.
But mine doesn't have it yet. I'll just put that out there. Mine doesn't have the feature yet.
Take a look.
But let me Chrome tab.
I'm gonna go to Stadia real quick to see if I got it.
Can you see my screen?
Oh, let me look. Yeah.
Can you see it? So in the other ones, they have like, you can like this person, Zanata, you could say, oh, look what they did, you know.
Wait, where did you even find that though?
Like, this is in the Explore. So this is the Explore tab. So it's Home, Store, Explore.
Oh, I never clicked that ever.
Yeah, so this is actually, if you do this, you can see all the blog posts that came out. So this actually launches here. You can see your own posts. I haven't posted anything, but you can see all the posts that happen. And the new feature right now is for this person, Zanata.
Okay.
You can say, oh, I like that clip, whatever they just did, right?
Yeah, you can add an emoji to a reaction to it.
Yeah, I'm always amazed because there's just so many people on here that aren't in we don't see in the social community.
Right.
Shout out to Ron Slusher. I have seen Ron Slusher post stuff here. I think I've seen you, LoFi, post a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't want y'all to laugh at me. I didn't even know that was a thing. I never clicked Explore to right now. You're telling me, like I never even knew we could do that.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's groundbreaking. I'm not saying it's anything.
It's like Stadia's Facebook pretty much.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's definitely needed. Like I like seeing it because it's like something we can actually visually see happening, that they're doing something with Stadia. I like that aspect of it, and I like the aspect of like more ways to interact with my friends.
So wait, how do if I like I'm like dumbfounded. This is cool. What was the new thing you said added? I wonder if I got it.
So like if you're looking at a post, it'll say
Okay.
react and it'll have a little thing you can click. Like it'll like a picture
You
of an
put a
emoji.
smiley face or
Oh,
something like that.
Yeah.
okay.
Actually, let me see if I can see it on something else.
I think it's on Stadia Dosage. They have a picture of
So I
it.
see unfollow, follow this player, report this player, but yeah, I guess I don't have it because I don't see. Oh no, wait, I see.
Let me see if I can pull up something that may show it. Give me a second.
Yeah, all posts, your posts. Yeah, I guess I don't have it. I see a little exclamation point thing, but that's cool, man. How long has this thing been there?
No,
They've
it just
came out. Yep.
Oh, I mean the whole explore tab.
Oh,
Oh,
it's been there since I've been there.
Oh, wow. Guess I felt I didn't need to explore nothing. I was like, I know what game I want to play.
Yeah, man. It's like because you just like you can just when you click the post button, it goes through all of the screenshots and clips that you've recorded.
Oh,
And you
okay.
just pick from there, and that's what you post.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's real quick and easy.
Hmm.
All right, Squiz just tagged you guys on Twitter. Okay, bro. If you're wanting to get in on the after show, bro, I'm definitely gonna drop you a link, Squids. So, yeah, man. So what do you think about so Wreckfest? Apparently, it hadn't been updated in a while on Stadia, and they finally updated it.
You know what? Here's my thing. I pick my battles. I'm gonna be honest. However y'all take this, I'm big on character, right? You surprise me, then I could be alarmed. But the devs, and I know I said this the other day. Somebody was like, "You can't always blame the devs," but listen, if it's your game, your developer have to fix it. Then I don't know who to blame if I can't blame the devs. But I wasn't shocked. I mean, I didn't know that it was an issue with Wreckfest because people play it so much. I didn't think anything was wrong with it. So I wasn't shocked to hear there was an issue, but I was happy to hear that it was fixed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the update fixes several glitches. It added tournaments mode, seasonal challenges, so now you can rank up the leaderboard and unlock vehicles. So that's really exciting because I know there's a lot of community play on Wreckfest, so that's good.
Oh man, yeah.
So 2 games coming from Wired Productions that I've been looking forward to. One is Arcade Paradise, which is a very odd game in itself, but Martha is Dead is finding its way over to Stadia. Its release date is set for the winter of 2022. So
for me, I'm excited about that. One, I joke and mess around and say Nintendo's for kids, right? And TK9 Purple brought them up, but he's always like, they got some games that you wouldn't put on any other platform. Well, I know PlayStation Martha is Dead is actually censored. On the Xbox it's not. So one, just because it's a game that somewhere else is censored, and I remember Ray was playing it, Ray was streaming it. So I'm glad it's coming to Stadia because it builds a portfolio, right? It adds another layer to like, hey, we got games like this in a horror genre, right? So I'm interested in this game because I love horror games. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to playing that ever since I've seen Ray's reaction to that one part. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's gruesome.
And I don't know if somebody know for sure, but I forgot who it was, but somebody said no, Stadia is getting the uncensored version. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
How would they know that?
I have no clue.
They just know that's what they said.
It better be the uncensored version.
I hope so.
I mean, I think if you like horror games, Cowboy, I think a lot there's more coming.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like that. I know I've heard little rumors, and I don't know if they're rumors, but I've heard things about the Quarry maybe making its way back to Stadia.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I don't know how much. I don't know how much.
Dark Anthology, the Dark Anthology series, I could see coming. Same Supermassive, same people.
Right.
But this Arcade Paradise, have you guys checked that out at all?
I gotta see what it looked like. I don't even know what it looked like.
It's a weird game, bro. It's like you inherit a washateria, and you have to like take care of this washateria and level it up, and then like you buy an arcade machine, and then like slowly you work its way up to being a full arcade full of games. And like part of the challenges are like at first it's like taking out the garbage, cleaning the floor, and then like next thing you know it's like emptying out the quarters from the machine, and all it's like a it's like a simulation, but you also can play the games in the arcade.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. I like their Wired Productions. They do cool things. They work with cool people. I don't know how much into handhelds you guys are, but have you heard about this the Logitech cloud gaming handheld?
Yeah, the one they're partnering with Tencent. Yeah.
I think someone in the community, someone bought a handheld cloud gaming device I saw on Twitter. I don't know if it was this one, but
Yeah, it could have been this.
This one's not out, so it must have been another one. But someone bought it, and they were saying they liked it. I was just watching the Twitter post come through.
Yeah, I think what's great is one, my camera that I'm using right now is Logitech. So you don't have to go and explain to somebody who's Logitech. Now, you might have to explain to people who's Tencent, but when they find out who's Tencent, they're like, whoa, Tencent is one of the most massive entities in video games, right? But people probably never heard of Tencent. So you merging Tencent and Logitech coming together. Reason why that's powerful for me is because I feel the product is going to be a top-notch product, and the fact that it's cloud only. Now, this is what it means for cloud enthusiasts. They said by the end of the year it's going to come out. You're going to have people walking around with this thing, and somebody's going to look and think it's a Switch or think it's a something, right? And they're going to be like, oh, the game looks great. What are you playing on? They're like, oh, this is a cloud, whatever. They were like, wait, what do you mean? Doesn't a cloud thing mean it's not downloaded? Like, oh, yeah, this is running off of Wi-Fi or off of cellular data because you're going to be able to put your SD card in there, right? Or your SIM card, right? Have mobile data. So that alone is exciting for me because it's going to show a lot of people who probably don't have a phone this size with a controller connected to it. They're going to be walking around with this thing and it's going to look like a Nintendo Switch. They're going to be like, no, this is me gaming off the internet.
Yeah.
And that's powerful.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think people were supposed to know, but I think this leaked, but it was seen with Android apps on it. So
yeah. Love. Yep. Can I share this tab, LoFi?
Yes.
So this is coming to us from Squids, and if you can see it, let's kind of expand it really quick. I'm not sure if we can expand it. This is what you see these reactions down here.
Oh.
So you have the different. I'm not sure if I can.
Oh, cool.
But let me see if I can make it bigger.
Yeah, mine definitely didn't have that.
Yeah, mine doesn't have it either. I can't make it bigger. But that's what they're talking about. So you can have the reactions to it. And there goes Squids and Fainter. So two people we kind of know.
Thanks for showing me. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice to see little touches like that. So, Tech Radar, they did an interview with Jens Weinbach, the CMO of Shadow PC. And there was a few things that was said, and I wrote down like two of them that stood out to me. Mm-hmm. And one of the things was said that about Stadia. He said that creating an entirely new distribution platform was going to be an uphill battle for Google from the start. The second thing he said that stood out to me was that the second factor that cloud platforms need to nail is the user experience. Things like ease of use, UI layout, connection stability, and so on. They said that this was something that Stadia excelled at. But yeah, I think that's something that people kind of don't really keep in mind when they hear about Stadia. They're not thinking that, oh yeah, Google's starting this whole new platform of distribution, like from scratch, from the ground up, and that takes a while. It takes a minute. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? especially coming from the CMO of Shadow.
Honestly, for me, it doesn't really do much because I've lived and played Stadia and I knew that, you know? And I feel like I think it's a good thing for Shadow to come out and say that, but then there's people who want to be like, well, Shadow, like they want to, like Amazon Ron, he always trying to dog Shadow. But I feel like for me as a gamer and a cloud gamer, I knew that and I knew how great Stadia was, and the world just need to kind of hear it. And I guess it's okay to hear it from Shadow, but Shadow's also a cloud property. So I want somebody like, I guess Microsoft is trying to do a good job by pushing their xCloud, and Sony's starting to kind of get there. But I want like something that doesn't do cloud to like come out and say, we're non-cloud, but we played Stadia and it plays identical. That means more to me than Shadow. Just being honest. But I mean, it's cool to hear that. But you know,
yeah, I just thought it was kind of ironic to hear it coming from him.
Right. Well, I think I give credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. But man, so that's pretty much it for these show notes.
Yeah, you forgot some other big cloud news. I think Cowboy talked about it earlier this week. Nintendo Cloud.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. What's up with the Nintendo Cloud?
Well, you know, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct this week. A huge fan of it, right? Pikmin 4, been waiting 7 years, so that is probably the record for as long as I've been waiting for a game. Waited 7 years for that game. And Zelda, you know, Tears of the Kingdom, both coming out next year. But Nintendo also said that Resident Evil Village and 7 were going to come to Nintendo via the cloud. And this is not just, you know, Nintendo traditionally has had cloud games, right? That's how they do their Kingdom Hearts series. That's how they do a couple Plague Tale. Those are all cloud. Control was a cloud game. Control. So yeah, that's coming out. And so I think that's, you know, if this is Cloudy Thoughts, that is another platform that is leaning into the cloud.
Yeah, you know what's crazy, right, Purple? I was doing a video, I don't even remember what video, but I was looking up info for the video. I was like researching to, you know, pull up info. And I stumbled and had no clue, right? Because I only really got into cloud gaming because of Stadia. I never followed it. I never ever had PlayStation Now, so I didn't even really correlate that it was cloud gaming. I just knew it was a way to play old games, and I was like, no, right? But when I stumbled in, and this was probably like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, I found out that Nintendo had cloud gaming before Stadia was even Stadia. I was like, wait, what? It goes back. I found out GameFly used to have cloud gaming, the rental service I use all the time. So there was cloud game. A lot of people was into the cloud gaming before even Stadia. It's kind of crazy. So Stadia kicked the doors down and got a kind of like a.
It really did.
Well,
it really did though.
I think what Stadia is doing is, to me, cloud. So I think they're all based on the cloud, but I think there's definitely a difference between a virtual machine cloud gaming and actual like cloud tools to make cloud gaming happen, like Stream Connect, right? That is a cloud thing. And so I think Stadia is the only one that's really doing it right now to that degree. But yeah, Nintendo's been doing it for a while. PlayStation obviously has been doing it for a while. And be kind of cool if some of those games you don't need the Switch anymore. To me, that's the thing. Nintendo's always been the big fish in like I don't know. I think it's just kind of cool. So I wanted to just bring that up.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're saying is kind of like the Microsoft thing, right? If you could get, like, they're trying to push their cloud hard because it's associated with their Game Pass. But if Nintendo pushed it hard, it'd be like, wait, because Nintendo is such a brand that you, like, if you say Nintendo, I don't care. You could say like me, like the other day I was messing around saying Nintendo's for kids, right? But dude, if Nintendo's doing something, like Nintendo's like the Lamborghini, right, of gaming. So it's like if Nintendo's doing it, you kind of feel like, okay, it's real. You take it more legit. Like even like let's say a TK9 in a Jersey or Chill Gaming, right? And he was in the chat earlier, right? He's a PlayStation guy, TK's, but they always say, give Nintendo a pass. Nintendo's different. People always stay away from Nintendo's in the lane of their own. We don't really, they do what they want. It doesn't matter, right? So if Nintendo start pushing it, I think it will have a lot of eyes.
Well, what I asked Chariot Man Gaming this question, you know, and it was kind of a trick question for him when I interviewed him. But what I think is exciting for people who are like, yo, Nintendo is a kid's game, right? The reason they say that is because the characters, and we already know that Nintendo really doesn't care about like trying to push their hardware. But what does cloud do? It makes the hardware not, you know, it makes it obsolete. So if you can now do that, and now you can start to make Nintendo one of those places that does have those third-party games that are more adult theme in nature. And Nintendo, if you look at their report, 85% of their sales are first-party sales. So when you start to think about, oh, wait a second, I can get probably the best. I think Nintendo has the best first-person IP, hands down. Like just nostalgia, be able to get the kids, and then you start to say we're going to also have some of those marquee third-party titles, and they run well. Because that's the other thing. The ports of third-party AAA games on Nintendo don't run well. But if the cloud can eliminate that, you're talking about, you know, we've always talked about the console wars between Sony and Microsoft. I think if Nintendo does that, that is a real big game changer.
Yeah.
And so I do think this is very big for Nintendo and for cloud gaming. That's why I wanted to bring it up, just because for them to lean in. And I will say, Capcom, right, made the deal with Stadia, and we know Stadia uses Google Cloud, and I think it was very unique that the games that Nintendo said that they were going to be pushing this fall is Resident Evil is a Capcom game. So I think Google is serious about cloud gaming. That's not Stadia per se, that's Google Cloud, a different part of the business. But I do think for those people who are saying Google's not in it, Google's not whatever, I think they are in it for the long run.
I agree. It's too much money on the table. You know, the video game industry, if you take everybody's watched a movie before. Let's say the people who still say video games are nothing special, whatever. You could be older, younger, you're not in the video games. That's cool. Cool. But you've watched a movie and you watched a TV show, right? But the video game industry dwarfs the movie industry. Like, that's mind-blowing, but people don't realize that, right? Because you just think, it's just gaming. So we know the cloud is the future. I don't think any of these companies is willing to give up willingly, right? To give this money, future money up, right? So I think, definitely Google is there from whatever that means to Google, but they're not leaving cloud gaming alone. You know, we got to be, I think, again, I'm not psychic, but I think it's foolish when people say, they're not serious about the cloud. I think they know what it's going to be and they got their foot in it. So why take their foot out? But that's just what I think.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I know you're going to be with us on the after show, and I'm about to drop the link for everybody that wants to join us there. But let everybody know where you're going to be the rest of the week if they, after this.
Definitely. So what's cool, guys, is I actually have some free time this weekend. So my wife is going out tomorrow night. So honestly, it's kind of sad, but I don't really do much anymore. I'm supposed to go out tonight, and I was going to go to the club. I know Purple went to the club a couple months ago, so she can still get out there. I can't. But I'm not going out this weekend. So tomorrow night, I'm probably going to stream at some point. I think my wife's going around 8 or something. So you guys are going to see me tomorrow night, whether you come by or whatever. Just stop by. And
time
Sunday,
to get your game on.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say it's time to get the game on.
Bro, I'm getting my game on, and then Sunday, my wife is going to. It's cool. I used to sell kettle corn. It's kind of how I bought the Cowboy hat. If you guys watched the video, I gave you a history. Well, my stepdad still does it on weekends. He goes to state affairs and events, but she's actually going to work there, and so it's kind of almost all day. So Sunday, baby, you're gonna have a lot of the Cowboy starting early. But naturally, guys, you can find me on the Now Your Mama Knows on YouTube. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And so I do kind of like a little talk show, a little show. Most of you guys know what it is, but I got to start putting stuff just for entertainment purposes only. All right, so I am being a fool. I'm saying some stuff. I got a little doll Chucky coming out, but guys, I'm just playing around. All right, having fun. Yes, I am poking people, and yes, I am, trying to trigger people, but I make it clear. So if you get triggered, that's on you, not me. But anyway, with that said, that's where you can find me, guys.
That's what's up, bro. So, Perp, tell them what you're going to be up to this week.
This week, I probably tomorrow will be hanging out with my brother, trying a pretty old classic hamburger place in New York City. But Sunday, as y'all know, 8 p.m. Eastern on my channel, I stream. I think I'm almost done with Guilt, so we're about to catch this cousin of Sally. And then most likely I'll be starting Five Nights at Freddy's after that. But, for y'all who did not know, I did buy a PC just to stream, just to capture. So this week, I think I'll have it ready to do kind of like the Twitch streamers with my using OBS and stuff. So more to follow on that. So I may mess up the first couple of weekends, but this weekend's going to probably be the first weekend I really try something with my camera.
Right on. And don't miss out on that Mortal Kombat tournament. I have the link pinned right now, but I'm about to pin the link to the after show. So if you're interested in that Mortal Kombat tournament, go ahead and click it now, or wait for the replay, whatever you need to do. I'll throw it into the description after the video ends.
Oh my gosh, take this off. I did not see that. That's what you had. I was looking at the other stuff I was sharing because I pulled up Arcade Paradise.
That's Purple. If you have any questions or issues with OBS, I feel like I took a course when I got into streaming. I didn't know anything, and I watched all jokes aside, I probably watched like 20 hours of videos on OBS. It was crazy. So if you got any questions, hit me up.
We'll see how Sunday goes. We'll see. But for sure, looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend, and also the Stadia, the Mortal Kombat tournament. If you want to enter, please go ahead and enter. It's going to be a fun time no matter what. They said there's going to be prizes. We'll probably do some giveaways too. I got to get with Jeff on that as well. But it's really just for the community and Mortal Kombat. That's really what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Be sure to check out Cloudy Game Reviews tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Wait, why is Mr. Urban World not participating in the Mortal Kombat tournament?
Because when I beat him and eliminate him, I would talk a lot of trash. I mean,
Mr. Urban World, you're supposed to be in the tournament. Come on, Mr. Urban World. You're supposed to be in the tournament.
Come on.
When I beat him on your thing, he's still talking about, look how you had to play me if the time didn't run out. I'm like, you lost.
Why are you not joining? You don't have to talk. You don't have to do anything. It's going to be all... out. There's going to be a referee there just to tell you where you have to be, when you have to be there. And Mortal Kombat's actually kind of cool because the party chat, if you don't like to talk, as we found out when we did it, Cowboy, you can't do party chat with Mortal Kombat. Like, it's like you have to do game chat only.
Right.
So, we didn't know that beforehand. So, but we would love to have you. There's only like 2 or 3 slots left. So, please, if you want to make it, I'll make the winner of Mortal Kombat pendant if you want, or any character of the game. I want you in the tournament, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, I hear you, Mr. Urban World.
But yeah, be sure to check out Cloudy Game Reviews. Be sure to check out Cloudy Thoughts Morning Show, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday mornings, right after Squid Show. I mean, that's really what time is scheduled, but if Squids ends early, I start early. If he ends late, I start late. So, yeah, it's just really whatever. Just be sure to watch Squid Show, and then, yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, so that's it for today. For tonight, be sure to join us for the after show. The link is pinned at the top of the chat right here for you guys. Normally, that's only open to members of the Buy Me a Coffee But yeah, be sure to join because we're gonna drop links if you want to jump into the conversation, and this is where we're gonna start getting into some crazy stuff. So
yeah, you told me that the after show gets. You was like, Cowboy, you gotta be a little tame, but the after show, bro, I was like,
dude, yeah, this is where it's about to go crazy. Yeah, Cowboy's about to go ham. We're gonna get into it. So yeah, just click that link as soon as I end the show and the theme music starts rolling, and we'll be there live directly after this. And yeah, man, thank you, Cowboy, for joining the show. You guys be sure to check him out, like and subscribe, and do me a big favor, like this video, subscribe, and come and check me out next week. But that's it for now, guys. Peace out.